Hey, in this video, I will explain you how you can cut your customer acquisition cost on your B2B SaaS Meta ad campaigns in half in the next 8 weeks. And this approach works even if your current ads are getting terrible ROAS, even if you're under 50k MRR, and even if you think there aren't enough high-intent buyers in your niche. Look, there are, you just aren't reaching them correctly. I used this same system to take 14 B2B SaaS startups beyond 1 million ARR in the last couple of years, and today I'll share something that most founders running their campaigns completely miss. I'm going to show you the 4-step framework which I use with every single client, and I'll cover how to find your real ad bottlenecks, why you're probably targeting the wrong buyers, and a high-intent scaling system that finds the ad winners fast and also cuts your CAC. First of all, you find your actual bottlenecks first. Before we jump into changing your ad campaigns, we want to make sure that the real bottlenecks is actually within your ads. For reference, here are what some of the key funnel metrics should look like. Show up rate, you want to be getting 60% plus if you're running a video sales letter funnel, case study funnel, or a direct to demo funnel. Then for qualified calls, 80% of calls that you're booking should be qualified, or in other words, some people who you present your offer to. And then your close rate typically should be between 20 and 30%. And you are calculating your close rate based on this qualified calls. You can be on the lower end with team-led sales, and you got to be on the higher end if you're still doing founder-led sales. What to fix if you're not hitting your KPIs here? If you are low on your show-up rate, you should improve your messaging and pre-call process. If you're low on your qualified prospects rate, that's your messaging, ads, and main offer. And then if you're low on your close rate, it means that your sales process, offer, or something within them is broken, and you're not able to clearly illustrate the cost of inaction to the prospects who come to your calls. I can assure you, if your bottleneck is either of this, once you've done fixing this, you'll get this improved. Then and look, I can assure you that once you run through the steps, you're going to start hitting KPIs on these ones, because these are the fundamental things which affect your metrics here. Now, once you've done this, the next step you do is you check if you're capturing the easiest deals first. One of the most important starting points I do is getting a startup to land all the in-market high-intent buyers first before going broad. Even if you're under 50k MRR, depending on your niche, there is a 90% chance you still haven't sold to enough people who are currently looking for exactly what you have. It's just funny to me how often entrepreneurs overcomplicate it, especially the technical founders, that they go for some crazy complicated marketing strategies and study some advanced sales tactics, while at their stage, all they needed to do is go for extremely obvious sales first. I'm talking, do you want to buy a yacht? We have a yacht, come buy type sales. As long as you're not selling something useless, with the right business model, you can get to beyond 1 million ARR by only landing high intent buyers. After taking more than 10 startups beyond 83k a month, I noticed this was the fundamental fix, which we applied every single time. So I even turned it into a foundation of my advisory program. But now, if your campaigns and messaging are already tailored towards this top 5% buyers, here's what you do next to lower your CAC. So you test 30 different story ad angles. Yes, exactly. Since the recent Andromeda update, after you landed a few sales with ads, you can't just keep writing the same ad for months. You can if it's a real winner, but you always want to stack 5 to 10 winners, so if something goes wrong, you're already diversified. And if one campaign performs badly, that doesn't affect your growth rate. So that's why I help clients to test 30 different story ad angles to see which works best and generates the most sales. So let's say you're working on a platform which helps towing truck companies find leads quickest. Came up with this example because it's one of the fastest growing startups I got inside SaaS camp right now. The process would look the following way. First, you want to identify your core outcome which you deliver. The first, you clarify the core outcome that you deliver with your product, and that's something all the people buying your thing want. In my case, it's getting more pipeline and more sales for someone's B2B SaaS, and in this car towing SaaS example, it's more towing leads quicker. Next thing, you think about the core avatars who want this core outcome. You put down your core avatars you'll be targeting with your campaigns. Historically, for this, towing sites has been two of them: solo towing truck drivers and owners of towing companies. You identify them based on who brought you the most sales and interview your customers in case you're unsure, because you don't want to spend a couple months heading in the wrong direction when you could just spend a couple hours interviewing your existing buyers and the most loyal ones. And then you create 10 to 20 stories for each avatar. You create them and they would look something like a truck driver who is tired of only relying on inbound and wants more leads, or a truck driver who is only finding new leads using Google Maps, or a towing truck company owner who is tired of seeing his drivers sit and do nothing, and so on. The goal here is to capture all possible stories so we can turn them into ads and find winners to use in our scaling campaign. The third one example would look something like this. If you're tired of your towing truck drivers sitting with no jobs, then you do ABC and your ad follows like this. The important part is that previously you could just have one ad body and many hooks. Now Meta algorithm will punish your campaigns for it and they won't perform. So that's why you want to diversify here. And finally, you scale winning ads. So thanks to fixing your funnel bottlenecks and testing so many ad angles, by now you cut your CAC in half, if not by more. And next step would be launching your scaling campaign to grow further. And if you need any of help applying all this, then you can go to successcamp.com and apply for my advisory there. Because in the last couple of years, as I mentioned, I took more than 14 different B2B SaaS startups beyond 1 million ARR and helped 150 more in every single niche imaginable. So that's because this process works universally, not depending on whether you sell marketing software for barbershops or whether you're selling some private jets. Appreciate you watching this video and talk soon.